House to Home, presented by RE/MAX Diamond Realty.
Okay.
Hi, Jace. Half a day. Good afternoon.
Well, look at who I ran into. Half a day.
I'm glad we're always ready for you, Jason.
Okay, so we are at Villa Cantantasi
Yes.
on Tuman Bay.
Come on in. We currently have this on the market, but we just wanted to show you this beautiful unit.
It is gorgeous.
Yes, it's currently on the market for 1.55 mil. It's not your average list price for sure.
Okay, I mean, forget my first apartment. This, just the kitchen alone, I think is bigger than the first classroom that I went to in elementary school.
Yes, and of course the view. You just have to fall in love with the view. Check it out.
Okay. Nice Christmas tree. Christmas never goes out of style. Okay. And yeah, I don't think that is ever going to get boring or mundane or repetitive. That is nice.
And honestly, Jace, it's priceless.
Okay, also worth noting, the last time we were here at Villa Cantantasi, ladies, we were on the 8th floor.
8th floor,
yeah.
That's correct.
So you have the sky-high view. We're on the 2nd floor here. Personally, I always like being as close to the ground as possible. I know it varies from person to person. What do you see, Liz, more of on Guam? Do people like to be sky-high or like as close to the beach as possible?
Everyone is different, and if you're on the beach, it doesn't matter because you always have the view from wherever you're at. Now, if you're purchasing a condo away from the beach, then of course, the higher you are, the better view you have. But basically, Gina and I wanted to talk about what happens when you buy a condo. What's the process?
I don't think there's anywhere in this gorgeous building where the view is not spectacular. Like, look at that. Okay, and Liz, I want to say that you were actually educating me during COVID because you have a unit over here. Sometimes over here on Tuman Bay, when the tourists aren't out or like a lot of locals aren't, frolicking in the water, you'll actually see stingrays, right?
That's right. We called him, I think it was Henry that we named him, that he was always swimming back and forth. And the interesting part is there were people swimming right near him, and it was kind of scary. But we would yell out, "Hey, watch out." But we don't see him anymore. I don't know what's going on. He's probably gone somewhere else.
Okay, very nice. All right, so Tuman Bay can't be beat. And also this, the living space here, you've got this wonderful nook. Right now it's been made into kind of like not a music room, but kind of like a music sharing area. The acoustics in here are amazing for a baby grand like that one. This house is very, very conducive to productivity, to relaxing, to hosting a party. Gina, you can do everything here.
You could do everything here.
Tupperware party meetings.
Anything.
Anything.
Jason. There isn't anything I could think of that you can't do here and just enjoy doing it. Even work. If you had to work out of the home, this is it.
Okay, well, happy attitude, happy work, right?
That's right.
I think that I don't know anybody who said that, but it works here.
How could you be in here and look at that view and not have a happy
Okay,
attitude?
yeah, again, I keep spinning around because, that never gets old.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, and of course, you're centrally located to basically like everything, every wonderful restaurant and shop we have here on Guam. Okay, but now that we've shown you some of the wonderful visuals and everything like that, we do have some information to get to.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's right.
Shall we?
Shall we? Come on.
All right, voila, here we are in this wonderful home again. And it's important to understand, Gina, and that's why we're here today, to talk about like the considerations you really have to make and the decisions that you have to line up about what you're getting into when you get a condo. It's not as easy as just sign off on the lease and you're there.
Well, the loan processing is actually unique, right? Most people think when you're financing a condo or a home, it's exactly the same. It isn't. The banks treat the two completely separate. I mean, you're still financing residential, but it is a different process. And you have to keep in mind that whatever the common area fee is, they're going to calculate that in your debt. So you have to know that when you go into the bank. You have to know you're getting a condominium. And not all condominiums can be financed through the bank because insurance is a factor.
Why is that exactly, Liz?
Well, insurance is a factor because they will not loan if you don't have typhoon insurance. The other point I want to make is that your loan ratio is 80-20 for some banks, where you have to have 20% as a down payment. And then there's some banks that may do 70-30. So they normally look at the ratio of owners in the building to determine, whether they're able to loan on the property. So your common area is a factor, as Gina put it. You want to know what's inclusive with that. And many people aren't used to paying extra because in a single family home, you buy the home. You only pay your home insurance, but with a condo, you're paying common area. And that sometimes covers parts of may include water, it may include trash. There's so many different aspects to each homeowners association. Some of them include certain things and some of them don't. So those are things you need to know in going in, and are you prepared to do the monthly payment, which is inclusive of that common area fee?
I know it's not incredibly common, speaking of common area fee, it's not a frequent transaction for single people to actually make an purchase on a home outright. It happens, but it's not the norm, right? Do you see that a lot more with condos? Like say somebody's in the military and they're maybe officer level, they make really, really good money like in the 80s and 90s per year. Can they actually come out and get a condo?
I think it's more of a lifestyle choice. Because you can qualify your qualification amount is really determined by what you make, right? And what you owe. That's going to determine what you can qualify for from the bank. Once you know that amount, then what you decide to buy, whether it's a condo or house, really depends on the lifestyle you want. Like, I need to be able to walk around outside, drink my coffee, and water my plants in the morning. I'm not going to be able to do that in a condo, so I've got to be in a home. I know that. I know that about me.
Simple girl, simple needs.
Yeah. But Lizzie,
I'm willing to absolutely give up having my morning coffee if I could live in this gorgeous mansion.
Yeah. Well, Lizzie likes to wake up and look at the beautiful ocean and have her cup of coffee. So
there you go.
She's here in the condo. So it's a lifestyle. It's what you're most comfortable in. But in terms of affordability, you will be able to find condominiums in a better price point because right now there's a lack of housing. And so homes, even if they're fixer-uppers, are still in the 3 to 4 range. I'm not saying that you're going to be able to find a lot of condos under 3, but you're going to find condos under 3 that are livable and nice. Whereas you can't find that in residential homes.
Okay, and now Liz, obviously Gina's got, as she said, lifestyle preferences, activities, and everything like that. Me personally, I've never wanted to take care of a lawn, so that's one of the things why a condo is always attracted to me. But from a developer's standpoint, is this something that more developers are really taking an opportunistic look at, as opposed to like saying, let me build individual houses in a neighborhood, or let me develop like an entire residential area, or let me develop like, an apartment building?
I think, what's happening now is developers are looking what is their return on their investment. Yes, we have limited housing, and there is even a project that was approved down in Santa Rita where they're going to be building condos. So it is a mechanism for people to find a home that's probably within reason. But just bear in mind the construction costs are going up, everything is going up, and to maintain a condo complex or townhome complex, there are fees associated with that. So those are factors that have to be considered. In terms of lifestyle, I love living in a condo because I can come and go. John waters the plants that we have outside.
There you go.
I don't need to go tinker
Happy wife,
in the
happy
yard.
life.
And John doesn't want to do yard maintenance, that's for sure. You can always hire someone. We do have rental properties where we do hire a landscaper to go around. And I guess if we did live in a home, we can hire a landscaper to go and do the yard work. But again, condos, it depends on people's lifestyle. The difference here is there are rules, HOA rules. So for example, if you wanted to bring your whole family, and if you had 30, 40 of them, that may not be possible with the HOA house rules. So again, those are factors that people will have to look at. And Guam is big. We have big families, and we want to party with them. And sometimes the condo complex rules may not be applicable. It may not apply.
Okay, and I don't know if you did that deliberately, but that phrase that Liz used, going up, literally, Gina, this is a unique place to build, again, if you're a developer, because as opposed to getting a massive chunk of like a village and everything like that, you're getting a pretty decent sized piece of land, and then you're just building vertically.
Yeah, you know, with the developers, and we run into people who come to us often to talk about these issues, about what to build. I don't know of any developer that doesn't want to take advantage of density, building more units for that amount of land that they've bought, right? I don't know any developer who walk away from that, but the reason.
Look at what they did with Dusitani, just down the road from us, and they had a little bit of land.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of there, just build straight up, right?
Yeah, yeah. But in terms of residential, you know, when we talk to the developers and they ask us, okay, we've already bought the R2 property, or perhaps they have H zone because they're here in Tumon. The amount of time it takes to get a permit, because we are in our office, we're working with a developer who is actually in the process of building here in Tumon. It's been 4 years. He's finally on, I think he's already on, so it took him 3 years to get his permit, okay? He started building last year. He's on the second floor. He's building, I think, 6 floors, and he's only building a total of 36 units. That's a small project. And then he came to us after he started the construction. He said, you know, finally, great news. I've got my permit. I'm starting the first building. Then he says, when can I start selling these units? I want to get deposits. I want to start telling the market about the complex, and I want to get deposits. By the way, you cannot get deposits. When you're building condominiums, you cannot take deposits on any of the units until you have occupancy permit. And he thought it was our regulation. Oh no, that is not our regulation. That is the law. And we follow the law.
I did not know that either.
Well, and this is what limits what the developers are able to do.
How many other people do not know that?
Well, when you're working with professional realtors, they will advise you. And so we shared with them, you know, we're happy to work on your project, but we cannot sell it until you have occupancy permit. And so people walk away from that. I mean, this particular case, we did advise him of this in the very beginning, and he made the decision to continue the project. But, you know, you wait 3 years for your permit, and then now you find out that we can take letters of intent, but that's about it. So you can't, I mean, you could vet that to a certain degree, but this is what hiccups the development here in Guam, is the bureaucracy, the amount of time. You know, I hope now with the new legislature, they're in place. I hope their feet sunk in deep.
I hope that $1 million smile that she just flashed when she said, like, I hope the new legislature, I hope that came across on camera, because, like, trust me, being point blank and everything like that, it was very, very evident.
Well,
obviously,
we're very excited to start going down there and pitching and rooting for all the ideas that we have to help with development.
You're optimistic about the opportunity that possibly could happen.
There's always opportunity, Jason.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, and Liz, to wrap up, there is opportunity in the condo market for people that really want to make quality island living this way. But if you're someone who, say, you got your first apartment when you were still fresh out of, or you were just out of college at age 22, and you did the apartment thing for maybe 10, 15 years, you've worked your way up the organizational chart, you've gotten a couple raises, or you've changed jobs and everything, should condo living be a transitional step towards a home, or can this even be the end destination to having a home of your dreams?
Well, this is something that I did even with my son Brian. He started with a condo. And after that, then he moved to a bigger condo because he got married. And then from there, he went and built his home. So it's always great to start somewhere. And then by the time you're ready to move on, the property has appreciated, and then you can sell it and take that money and sink it into your next project or your next home. So Brian did this 3 times, and now he's in a beautiful home.
Good job, Brian.
But this is what I recommend for anyone. You just have to start somewhere. And I think I was talking to someone today, prices has not come down in all the many years, right, Gina? It's only going up. And I just came back from a meeting in DC comparing notes. Look at Hawaii. Those prices are over $1 million. Guam now has many homes that are priced at $1 million. I mean, I've never seen that in all the years I've been real estate. Neither has Gina. And right now, there's so many out there that are priced at over $1 million, single family homes.
Okay, so tell you what, once again, good information. Liz, Gina, myself, we really love bringing this show to you, showing you all the different types of opportunities, the wonderful things that happen. If you really know what's happening in real estate, this isn't rocket science and everything. You just have to keep your ear to the track, as they say. Take our advice, and you're gonna do just fine. But can we go outside and take a look at that view, please?
Let's go stand out there.
Let's go.
My goodness.
Check out the view.
Shoot, I'd give up my yard and watering the plants for this. I think so.
Okay.
Wow.
Good idea to come on site today.
Yep.
Nice.
Especially here, right?
All right, everybody, that's House to Home. Be safe. We'll see you guys next week. Adios from Tumon Bay.
House to Home, presented by RE/MAX Diamond Realty.